Is, and let me see if I have this right, that black people
caused 9/11?
Black people caused 9/11. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct.
No.
Yeah, we have a very bad connection.
Where is he calling from?
From jail.
I'm calling from New York City.
Are you on a cell phone?
No, I'm on a regular phone, sir. Can you hear me?
Sounds like you're on a tin can.
It's a very bad phone, I'm afraid. I've been knocked around. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the Civil War basically caused 9/11.
Well, I'm not going to have time for a long conversation only because your phone connection's so bad. But give me your theory real quick.
Well, it's very simple. We should never have ended slavery. Because then the people who were doing security would have had to work harder. The work ethic was destroyed by ending slavery.
You're saying that
the security of the building was lax because we ended slavery.
That's correct.
Because
those people with those jobs didn't care how they did them. They knew they'd be taken care of like children on welfare if they did bad on the job.
I don't understand what...
It's a very loose concept.
Give me the concept. I'm not following this guy.
He is saying because of the end of slavery, people automatically expect to keep their jobs without repercussion, and therefore they don't do their jobs well.
Well, African Americans got treated like children, and they never, not all of them, obviously, but an awful lot of them don't care how they do their job, getting back at the man.
So you're saying that black people, what they were in charge of like airport security?
No.
That's correct. Take a look at the tapes of 911. They don't go through the hand baggage of the guy carrying the knives, even though the alarms were going off. If you go to the airport now, you'll find the security has lax the people there. They've had people with criminal records doing that security.
So if they were slaves, they would have done a better job?
Slaves, eventually they would have freed themselves. The ones would have worked hard to free themselves. There were free black people, free African Americans back then, who achieved freedom through their dint of hard work and having to earn everything they got.
I would call you a racist, right?
I am not a racist. It's not just African American people. We have an awful lot of people in this country who feel that way. It's that blacks show it to the most degree in terms of population percentage.
How did you, where did you come up with this theory, and how do you have time to develop these theories?
Well, if you look at what happens, you look at the unemployment, look at the growing number of an underclass who never did and doesn't want to work.
No, I'm asking you, what do you do? Are you a professor in a think tank?
I'm a college graduate. I'm an attorney. I can read. I can see the percentages of what's happening.
Are you
black?
I
can see in my environment.
Are you a black man?
By the way, there's white trash that does it too.
Are you black?
No. Not that I know of. I may be, because most people are descended from Africans way back.
You sound black.
Yeah.
Well, just because I sound black doesn't mean I am black.
Now, where are you from, New Orleans or something?
I was born in Georgia.
Oh, okay. You're Southern.
I'm not saying there's anything.
All right, so your theory is...
I'm not saying anything genetic. I am not a racist. People keep thinking I'm a racist, but I'm not a racist.
What are you?
It was done to black people when they were put in an infantile position by a president, Mr. Lincoln, trying to get an economic advantage over the South in a war that he started.
So you call yourself in your email a white race activist.
Well, I'm white and I'm a race activist. I want the races to be active. I want them to earn it. I think that people should not get welfare. They should be forced to work for it. And if that means being taken over for slavery again, having to work to their freedom and their full citizenship, that's what I want.
Oh, you would reinstitute slavery?
Yes, I would. Not just for black people, don't get me wrong.
How would you do this? How would you do this?
Well, you would see these people who can't earn their own livings, who are on the dole for generations, and you'd say either work or you're going to be taken over. You're going to become a slave again. Many years ago, people who couldn't afford
and then you would feel that black people would do a better job at airport security.
Well, they would know that if they had a good job that was paying their way, that they could have luxuries, not live in the projects with Mercedes Benzes and television. And by the way, this is not just African Americans. A lot of white trash are on that welfare dole too. We ruined the Indians by making them children too.
What about people like Condoleezza Rice? She's an important person.
He says not everybody.
Listen, I don't know if Condoleezza Rice got her way there by her own efforts or through this affirmative action, which allows people who are not succeeding well to just be pushed forward. But she obviously didn't do her job.
Are you married?
I was. I'm divorced now.
She didn't do her job.
No, she did. National Security Advisor?
No, I'm talking about your wife.
National alert at these airports.
Have you ever brought this up to black people in person?
Well, I'm sorry, what you
Have you ever brought this up to a black guy face to face?
Yes, I have.
That you advocate slavery for those who are lazy?
Those who would not work, yes, I have.
And what happened?
Well, no, some people think it's a good idea.
Black people?
Yeah, successful black people who've worked their tails off to get where they are don't like paying for the dough.
Haven't a lot of black people beaten you up?
I've had troubles, but I've not got beaten up. I'm a fairly large gentleman.
Well, I would ask, our president is rather a bit of a slacker. Would you imprison him or
Yes,
put him in a slave
I would.
position?
Actually, I would.
Yes, I agree with you on that.
I'm just making sure it goes across the board.
I believe a person should earn his way into citizenship, not just be born into citizenship.
You're a New York City attorney.
Yes.
All right.
Well, what kind of law do you practice?
I'm a trial attorney.
Wow. All right, so I think Charles is saying that...
Does he represent a lot of black people?
Do I represent a lot of black people? I don't know. It's not...
You don't know?
See, these are push-button words, slavery and black people doing all this. This was done to black people. They're only an indirect cause of the slovenliness of the way jobs are doing. Remember one thing, Abraham Lincoln was a racist. You know that, don't you?
No, I didn't know that.
Well, let's just say that in his second debate with... can I quote something to you very quickly?
Yes.
This is Abraham Lincoln in his second debate with Stephen Douglas, the famous debate in 1858. I will say then that I am not nor ever have been in favor of bringing about in any way the social and political quality of the white and black races, that I'm not now nor ever have been in favor of making voters or jurors of Negroes, nor of qualifying them to hold office, nor to intermarry with white people, and I will say in addition to this that there is a physical difference between the white and black races. I, as much as any man, am in favor of having... All right.
I don't want a reading lesson.
Yeah,
Yes, Andy, go ahead.
They were long-winded then.
Yeah, how you doing, Howard?
Yeah, how you doing?
Pretty good, man. This guy is full of crap. Not for nothing.